Hello everyone, my name is YutoIsoya, and today we're going to be taking a look at a demo for Dungeon Sellers. So Dungeon Sellers is made by Can Opener, which is, I think this is their only game that they have so far, but yeah, so they're made by Can Opener, and they basically created a game that's kind of like a mixture of a dungeon crawler and a colony sim base builder. So yeah, so far I've done a little bit of testing of this, and so far it's been very great of a game. Basically kind of add elements of different games across the board, and I think one of the best influences is probably going to be if you're a fan of RimWorld, which I am. Yeah, they included lots of aspects of RimWorld into here when it comes to like managing your sims, etc. So let's go ahead and take a look here and get started. I'm just going to go ahead and do a new campaign here, and it'll be for the Crawling Doom scenario. And this will basically go over the tutorial and as well as just like go over the basic mechanics of the game. Alright, let's go ahead and get started here. And as you can see here, the default settings is going to be hard, and based off of that, it is actually a pretty hard game. You are expected to lose your pawns or your little characters early on, so you just expect to basically go and replace them constantly. So if you guys want to play along, I have the seed here, and you can do the same kind of starting position or starting kind of game as well. So let's go ahead and confirm here. Would you like to proceed with the tutorial? Yes. Alrighty, we're loading in. And I'll probably breeze through the tutorial a little bit faster, just to get to the juicy, basically the good parts of the game here. So yep, we'll have a whip note just saying that, hey, we're still in testing here, so during the demo. Alright, so we have the Red Terror. So basically this guy here has been terrorizing and basically killing all our expeditions. So we'll go ahead and say, let's get the heck out of here. Alright, so here you can check your current objectives, which is this. And then basically the path gets blocked until you basically complete the tutorial here. So go ahead and say close. So we say, hey, move around with so. You can also camera zoom. And now it wants us to move to a new area over here. So yeah, basically this is going to be a top-down. This is the expedition / dungeon crawler part of the game. And you can kind of see here, you can do click drag and all those kind of stuff. Like so. I'll just slowly click through these for you so you can read. Like so. Yeah, so you can basically also set up hotkeys and basically command your units by pressing a lot of the keybinds. There is a whole bunch of keybinds for this game, so let's take a look here. Oops. And movement. So yeah, if you select your unit and you can right click and you'll move around like so. As well as you can take a look at their stats here, as well as their skills and their inventory. You can also set up some different priorities if you want to automate them. But for now, let's go ahead and pause here real quick, just because we do have some elements of RimWorld in here where you can basically have moodlets. And these moodlets are constantly changing, and they will affect how your pawns are. And so yeah, as you can see here, we'll have this. We also have traits and abilities. And we'll get into this once the tutorial kicks in a little bit more. So let's go ahead and unpause, and we'll continue here. Go ahead and select him, and we'll move forward. So yeah, so this is randomly generated map, at least the tutorial per se, but basically it's the yeah. This is just explaining how all the mechanics work, essentially. But yeah, once we start getting into the expedition, which is later on in this demo, you can get an idea of like what to expect from that. So let's go ahead and attack him. And this is just saying, hey, you need to select and do all that kind of stuff to perform the base attacks. You can use, make sure that if you are using range, yeah, you will consume arrows. So as you can see down here, we have our little meter here. We also have abilities. So let's go ahead and say use your Q. And do a little bit of an attack there. So as you can see, we have our head health, which is oops. Yeah, now it wants us to move forward. So yeah, as you notice, we have a head health as well as a torso health. So yeah, so as you can see here, there's two states. We'll get into that a little bit, but basically if you take body health, like torso health, you'll just go and be downed. But if you take your head health, then you basically die. So just something to keep in mind that. And when it comes to looting monsters here, they're going to be dropping their loot, so you don't have to like right click and like examine corpse or stuff like that. It's just all dropped. And we'll get into picking up mechanics in this next area up here. Let's go ahead and unpause and move forward here. And we'll see what we have. Alrighty, so now we have our little, basically just tutorial saying this is how we interact with things. So go right click, or you can alt right click, I believe, is to pull up all the options. And yeah, you can just make sure to just click around and just see what else we can interact with. So if you say alt right click, you say, okay, this is the only option that you can do with Lowell here. And we'll say go and retrieve. Okay. Yeah, you can check your items in the inventory. And only held items are basically going to be part of your expedition's resources. And then, let's see, yeah, like so. Alright, so let's go ahead and collect these right here. And then what we want to do is we want to go ahead and equip the ointment with him as well. In fact, we also need to use the ointment, so go ahead and click it here. This is our hotkey for that. Go ahead and we'll say unpause here. And we'll use our hotkey. Oops, gotta have him equipped, or selected though. So now he's gonna heal, and that'll allow us to continue the tutorial here. Alright, so let him heal up just a tad bit. Before we go, they also want us to basically do our skills here. So let's go ahead and take care of that. As you can see here, we have some branching paths as well as different specializations we can do. I think for now with Lowell here, we'll go ahead and just kind of do like just a kind of basic attack kind of thing. So let's see here. I might try out the sword counter. I've been trying out the vertical slash, which is nice, like a burst damage, but I also like, you know, if I get surrounded, which you will get surrounded a lot in this game, yeah, I would definitely recommend having like a kind of a tank that can take all the hits, that kind of thing. So okay, so let's go ahead and do sword counter here. Let's give that a try, and then we'll also take a look at his other abilities. Let's go ahead and see if we can do something here. Resource health equal to the barrier. So this is if you using barriers kind of stuff. Let's see. You know what? Let's just go ahead and do a kind of like a melee build here. Let's go ahead and say Swordsman's Resolve here, just so that we can get our cooldowns up faster. Alright. And that should be it for that, and so now we can continue in our tutorial area. And we'll be encountering our first ally here, who instantly just goes down. Oh no, we need to save her. Quickly. Okay. We'll go ahead and rush into here. And we'll get their attention here. Alright, so yeah, once you get in range, he'll go ahead and auto-attack. So go ahead and say sword counter here. And we also do a little bit of a basic attack. We'll also do a little bit of this, just to get him taken care of. Oop, you almost got it, come on. And we'll do that again. Oh, it's on cooldown though. And let's see here. So yeah, he should almost be dead. Come on. And there we go. Near death. So basically this is just explaining, hey, you know, if you get downed, you go into a down state, and you have to make sure to pick them back up before things end here. So go ahead and take a look at that. So they're unconscious right now. Oops, come on. There we go, Woodlets. Severely damaged, and they also get a little debuff as well. So yeah, so if we go ahead and pick them up, we can right click here, or have Lowell go and do, basically you can either decide to take, pick them up and take them home, that kind of thing. So if we were to basically do the alt click on them, they have two options to be able to, I can talk right now. Yeah, so basically you'll be able to pick them up, and if you have a first aid kit, you can pick them back up as well. So go ahead and unpause here. We're going to use our first aid kit that we picked up in the previous area, and that should bring up Liana, like so. Okay, so now they basically want us to escape here, like so. So then say, let's hurry. Alright, so now we're going to get into the mechanic of resource gathering. So basically the tutorial wants us to go and, hey, we need to go and pick up resources. Our home base kind of is lacking in resources. So basically the big part of dungeon crawling is to basically gather resources and bring them back so we can start building our base. Alright, go ahead and exit out of that. So what we'll do is we'll press Z here. Before we do that, let's go and make sure everyone is healed up before our next area. Go ahead and do ointment here. We can also kind of switch between our inventories here, which I think, I want to do that. So we're going to go ahead and do control click to do split the stack. And also, which is nice, is to auto sort the inventory here, which is lovely. We'll also give some of the kits as well. Go ahead and do something like that. There we go. Okay, so now that we have that, let's go ahead and have Liana here. She'll use a health kit for herself as well as for Lowell. So yeah, a little bit of micromanaging, but I think that's going to be just a big aspect of the combat here. So, okay, so they're going to heal up real quick, and then we'll go into basically gathering resources here. All right, so there we go. That's lovely. We'll have them move around here, and the reason I want to do that is to basically be able to see all the materials here, like so. And there we go. So now what we'll do is if we press Z, which is our collection down here, gather mode, I should say, you'll see all the stuff that they can gather. So basically they'll go and auto command and cut things down. Like so. So yeah, I don't have to do anything else with them. And then once that is done, we'll take a look at what happens after that. We can go into a collection mode. And so yeah, it takes a little bit of time for them to cut things down. And then so yeah, here we go, picking up items, like so. And then we can go ahead and drag select once she finishes with that one, and there we go. Yeah, and your guys here do have inventory, like weights, so you just want to keep that in mind. So far I haven't run into that issue, but I'm assuming on like further expeditions or longer expeditions you will have issues with weight. So you just want to keep that in mind. Alright, so and then we want to say complete the tutorial and press X to get out of that kind of tutorial as well. Alright, so now we go ahead and unpause. They'll go ahead and say, hey, let's go into the next area here. Oh, before we go, let's make sure to have Liana here. Now we could set up a auto, I believe they can do auto skill. Yeah, actually that might be a good idea for Liana here, since they're they're a range unit, or we can just kind of do it ourselves. I have noticed that if you do have like multiple units and multiple enemies, it can be kind of chaotic. So sometimes having an auto skill just going off is kind of good as well. And she only has one right now, but before we do that, let's take a look at her abilities. So she's kind of a bow and can actually use fire as well, which is interesting. Yeah, so she can do some magic as well. I haven't really gotten into that. I've been kind of just going with like the basic. Oh, okay, let's just do attacking. So arrow rain I feel like has been pretty good, especially when we have a crowd. And then I'm going to go and say, hey, just use let's just use fast hands here, and that basically increases her attack speed. So go ahead and unpause and let's move on forward. So this next area we're going to be dealing with more enemies here, so let's just see what we have. Getting a little closer. So yeah, you do have to keep in mind like fog of war and just like line of sight. So people with higher, I believe it's perception, can see further away. So okay, so we have an enemy here. Go ahead and get Lowell in here to attack, and then we'll get you to do rapid fire. And then it'll unpause, and they'll go ahead and rush in. And let's also do a little bit of a sword counter as well. Pressing E. So he should attack. So basically, this part of the tutorial is to make sure, hey, you do want to keep an eye on enemies like exploding, for example. So you want to make sure to have Lowell here. We'll go ahead and move him out of range. And there we go. Like so. Awesome. Alright, so I'll go ahead and just make sure to gather the resources here, and we'll keep on going here. Gathering resources, making sure everything is in range, and then we say, boop, gather mode. Like so. Yeah, so far tutorials not too difficult, but like I said, when it comes to expeditions, it does get a lot tougher. So you want to make sure to have a good balance of characters and classes here, or at least range and tank and melee. So, oops, let's go ahead and unpause there. But yeah, so far like very straightforward, but then yeah, it does get more challenging once we get into the actual expeditions and not the tutorial mode. Alrighty. Let's see here. So input select all units. So basically if you use tab, you can select all or unselect all. And you can also, just explain, hey, you can pause in combat, issue orders, and yeah, just keep in mind things will explode, etc. So lovely. Alright, everyone's all set on that. Let's go ahead and gather here. Oop. Yeah, so the camera just shifts up to, hey, this is where we have to go next. Okay, everyone's done. Go ahead and go, and we'll move on forward. I believe this is the last area of the tutorial, but let's just double check that. Yes, okay. So here's our portal. This is the way to get home. And yeah, go ahead and say, yep, you want to make sure all your members are in the area. I guess you could technically leave and basically leave behind some members. But yeah, go ahead and return to settlement and yeah, and confirm. Alrighty. So basically it's saying, hey, things have gone wrong. Now we want you to go and set up your settlement here. So this is also kind of a reference to, I believe it's kind of like a Demon Slayer's kind of reference with the crows. But yeah. So yeah, so now they was, okay, go ahead and set things up and go ahead and also we'll give you a recruit here. So we got Kragus now. Who's our little kind of like a lizard folk kind of guy. So now what we're going to do is we're going to head and go and interact with the wagon here. And then we're also going to start issuing commands for just for gathering resources. As you can see here, we have resources on the map here. And to get more logs, we'll go with this, a little bit of that. And from my past testing of the playing here, basically I've noticed that this area is actually procedurally generated as well. So you could start with like a just a completely different look, even in this tutorial and demo. So. Alright, yeah, so this is the base building mechanics. I'll go with that real quick. So basically, if you don't have anything selected, you can see there are little things that we can do here. Basically, right now they want us to start with just a basic workstation here. Let's go ahead and just plop it down here, like so. And they'll go ahead and auto-command, do those issue those commands and do it by yourself kind of thing. And we can also take a look at housing, furniture, storage, special, defense, farming, and decoration here. I'm going to go ahead and say, I'm not going to do any kind of storage right now because I kind of want to see what we have from a visual standpoint. But yeah, they should automatically start doing that. And another cool aspect of this game that kind of mimics RimWorld is that you can set up building commands. So you can go ahead and just, once they do this, in fact, let's go ahead and have you just work on that. So yeah, you can tell them to, like, if you want to prioritize something, just go ahead and click on them and then make them click on the thing that you want to prioritize. So there we go. That should be ready now in a few seconds. Lovely. So now crafting. So yeah, as you can see here, I'll go into details with that. Excuse me. Basically, you can issue orders, set up buildings here. And we're going to say, okay, let's go ahead and get 6 of these. Like so, we'll add that task in, and then we can say, let's just do it X times, where X is, the number that you make before you stop, which is fine. Excuse me. We'll go ahead and make a cloth armor as well, which requires, I believe, 6 textiles. And then we also want to create 2 of this. And we can increase the commands here, or the amount that you want as well. And we'll go ahead and unpause, and someone should get on that as soon as they finish their other tasks. In fact, Lowell, go ahead and just take care of that, and so we can get the tutorial going. Awesome. Yeah, so while they're taking care of that, I'll go ahead and make sure to get Kragus set up here as well. So Kragus here can be very much a good kind of like tank. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to do just a battle stomp, which basically does an AoE debuff, and then we can do something called oh, actually, look at that. So my previous playthroughs, he is actually missing a sub-skill category, which I normally would have gone. So interesting. Well, with that in mind, then I don't think I can. Yeah, I don't have a shield, unfortunately, when guarding, so, interesting. Okay, in that case, we'll keep Lola as kind of our, like, pseudo-tank here, and then, let's see, game barrier, when dealing any damage to unit, the stun attack will definitely hit. Okay, so let's do Fatal Verdict here. Oh, wait, so yeah, we need a prerequisite for that, so in that case, let's go ahead and say you get a shield for when you kill something. Okay. Lovely. Yeah, Lola's gonna go ahead and start doing stuff here. So if we were to, like, have our resources in storage, they can easily get it and, like, save time. But for now, just for this run here, I'm just gonna show you, just let things kind of run here. So, alright, so once Kragus is done here, go ahead and say, hey, actually, go ahead and equip the ointment, please. As well as equip some hardtack as well. Lovely. Okay, so they're going to go and do their commands there. Although here we'll basically finish our tutorial here. But yeah, So this overlay, like this kind of area, kind of reminds me of like something kind of like a core keeper, for example, where you can, you know, set up your little base around this little core area. Yeah. So yeah, I'm definitely also liking the art, the pixel art style here. It looks like we're done with our tasks here. So we'll go ahead and issue a command for destroying things, so you can get rid of like tree stumps, for example, like so. Go ahead and do that, and then we'll also do another command for just later on. We're going to want to have to build some buildings here, and I just want to clear some space for that. So go ahead and do that, and we're almost done with our main objective here. So yeah, like I said, there's going to be a little bit of like downtime between just like getting things set up and then going on expedition search, which you'll do by clicking on here. Alright, oh, Kragus, why don't you go ahead and let me exit out of that real quick. And Kragus, go ahead and equip this for me, please. And then, oop, you're not building arrows. One sec here, folks. Boop, boop, boop. Kragus, go ahead and take care of that for me, please. And there you go, almost done with the arrow making. So yeah, so next they'll basically say, hey, you know, I need another recruit. Our expedition was wiped, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, let me show you that. So once the arrow is done, which should be shortly, and there we go. Okay, so now the crow said, hey, you know, we need some money. You need to, you know, this rat took out 2 other expeditions. We need you to take care of it. Well, we don't have money. Well, okay, here's some money. Alright, so we have the little recruitment tab up here. Go ahead and just kind of skip through this, but basically the gist of it is, hey, you know, keep an eye on your stats and talents. This is another kind of inspiration, I feel like, from Rim 1 World. Basically, pawns will have different talents and skills, as well as come in with permanent kind of like traits. So these traits, as you can see, will be like, oh, you know, this guy is curious, pessimistic, and happy fool. They'll have some buffs and debuffs based on those kind of things. They also come in with a background trait, which basically determines like, oh, they'll have more health but less dodge chance, for example. So yeah, we can pick and choose from here. Another key thing to keep an eye out is the strength of the growth modifiers. So if you kind of think of like, for example, like Fire Emblem, where they have like certain units will have like better chance of growth stats when they level up. This is something to keep in mind for that. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and take a look here at what we got. I think what I want to do for this is to have another, either a tank or like another melee fighter, just a body blockers, and then or have another ranged unit. So let's see what we have here. You can also see that, you know, they have, you don't know about their certain traits as well, which is kind of a nice little thing. So I'm just going ahead and just see what we have. Alrighty, so we got Dominic here, we got Quentin. Let's see, max health, Forest Keeper, like so, okay. Ooh, we got someone that might be a good kind of magic potential, like so, Genius, lovely. Got them, and we got them. So less health, unfortunately, but they could be a good ranged unit with high perception. They already do start out at level 2. And it looks like if you're at level 2, you get a kind of a common inscription trait, which I'm not actually 100% sure about that. But yeah, let's go see and take a look at what we have here. They were a beggar, optimistic. So Ileana here, not the best strength or constitution, but have some potential to grow there. We got Quentin here, kind of a, you know, base all around. Or we have these. So we could go ahead and say, hey, for now, just for this tutorial, let's go ahead and get here and get Quentin here. Go ahead and recruit, and there we go. And yeah, this will refresh over time, so it looks like it will refresh in about 5 minutes and 40 seconds. And this is the amount of gold that we have right now. So Quentin here. So yeah, so now we have to go on expeditions. So basically, you know, they want you to go ahead and try to basically crawl through the dungeons and try to take out the rat, that red rat kind of person. You know, kind of like the basic quest that you're given for. Yeah, their first quest is to kill some rats. All right, so yeah. So yeah, as also over time, if you stay too long, you'll start getting debuffs, as well as patrols might start coming in. So that's something to keep in mind. Okay, before we head out, let's just make sure that Quentin here is all set up and ready to go. We could also actually set up a, let's go ahead and add some more tasks here. Say add task, and let's see if we can get more, let's see if we can get, basically get some more armor, like so. We'll go ahead and make 2 of these, and we'll get that going. So yeah, Quentin here, as you can see, came in with some inventory and gear already, which is lovely. Like so. They are actually set up to be arranged right now. So, okay, we'll have 2 melee, 2 range, and we'll just keep that in mind here. I would like to switch items between them, but we'll take a look at that once we start going on expedition. So, okay. So before we go ahead and say, hey, take care of that, and I will set up your skills here. Let's see. So you can do nature magic. Let's take a look at your stats here. So you're kind of a balanced person all around. Alrighty. A little bit low on the agility, but we will get more health. Okay, that's good to know. Go ahead and go to our skill tree. Right now they're just set up as a range, so we'll go ahead and just keep them at range. But, let's see. Solar blooms, unheart, clinging vines. Dealing 100% magic attack has damage to enemies units and inflicts rooting and stiffness for 3 seconds. Interesting. Oh, so but you do need a... Glad that the tooltips there say you need a staff in possession. So, okay, we're going to stick for both for now. And we'll say, hey, you will be our sniping shot person. Sure, why not? And as we can see here, we can do this. Can't do warrior harmony, so let's go ahead and stick with blitz, but let's try a different ability here. So we'll go say, hey, be a sharpshooter for me. Lovely. Alright, so they're making that. Let's go ahead and say, yeah, we got some tooltips here. I'll just leave those up on the screen for now. Another cool thing about RimWorld is, like, it influences that you have your inventory slots on here. You can see that, and or collapse it down, which is nice. Okay. I would like to get a helmet for another person here, although, as you can see, Lowell here, it kind of just collapsed on the floor. We could build the beds early just to get them to have better resting, but for now, we'll just leave it as is. Okay, I'll have you finish that up, and then, actually, can you drop your helmet for me, please? Oop, there we go. So once Lowell wakes up here, Kragus, can you actually pick that up here? And then we'll do that, and then we'll also just issue more commands for farming here. So go ahead and do that, do that, do that. Yeah, we'll clear a little bit more space here, and unpause, so they'll keep them busy here. Alrighty. So yeah, so they're going to be building a, oh, actually, is that cloth coif? Oh. I guess it just only requires, no, it does require cloth, right? Yeah, it requires textiles, so. There we go, we did make another one here. So, Lowell here. Buddy, sorry to do this, but I'll have you wake up and equip that for me, please. And alrighty, we should be all set now. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to set up an expedition. And we'll right-click on our little portal here, and as you can see here, we have our expedition plan. So, looks like throughout the entire, like every time you do this, you'll have different effects, that, basically global effects that affect your expedition. And let's see here. So, we can get more abundant logs can appear. We get Dark Whisperer. All units gain Dark Whisper, which I believe if we do caps lock here, we can hold that in place and see. Okay, so it's a permanent mood debuff when it's at night. Good to know. And have nighttime will be from this range here. Invisibility is reduced. So yeah, so we have, so we basically will go in and so the depletion happens like whenever you get all the resources in there, and then basically, you know, you can warp back into different expedition areas like so. So yeah, let's go ahead and just get started here. We'll say, let's go ahead and check our inventory. So we go here. So yeah, so with the here we can actually, you know, trade stuff between the party members here, which is lovely. We'll go ahead and give you some ointment as well. Distance is too far. Oh, interesting. So let's... Okay, so they're just too far from each other, which I didn't realize that was a thing. So let's go ahead and select our expedition, tell them to move a little bit closer, and we'll go from there. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and do this again. We'll say, hey, let's give you some ointments here. Lovely. We'll also give you a little bit of a kit here as well, in case one of you guys go just down. Go ahead and align here, and there we go. Cool. Yeah, they should have plenty of arrows. In fact, we can split the arrows here as well. Alright, let's go ahead and go on our first expedition here. Alright, so yeah, they have a little bit of a expedition summary here. She still has her debuff, but as long as we make sure that, you know, she's out of range of that, I think they'll be fine. Okay, let's go ahead and enter the dungeon here. Yep. So now that we have a full party here, we can basically start issuing commands and be able to do things a little bit faster. So let's go ahead and get going here. Oh, another thing is we can actually set who is in order up here. So if you want to, you know, be able to click on things a little bit easier, you can do that. Go ahead and unpause here and just move forward. In fact, can we get you guys up front here? Like so. And now we'll select everyone, or just press tab to select everyone, and we'll move forward. Alright, let's see what we got here. Ooh, so yeah, we got some spiders here. Yeah, they're going to go ahead and move forward here, and already we have a pretty tough lineup here that we're going up against, so go ahead and charge to you. Go ahead and pause and have sword counter going off here. Go press C on you. That should go off. Quentin, go ahead and do a rapid fire. And Liana, go ahead and do arrow rain. So yeah, so the issue commands, kind of like almost like a Dragon Age where you issue the commands. Oh, and it looks like they automatically ran out of range of the explosion there, which is lovely. So Lowell here is already kind of low on head health, surprisingly, so we just want to keep an eye on him when that happens. Okay, go ahead and see here, we'll say Battle Stomp. And we'll also say Sweeping Glance here. I'm actually going to get Quentin here to go on an auto skill here, so he'll just automatically use the skills as they pop up. Meanwhile, Liana here. Okay, there we go. We'll keep Liana because I want to kind of control the arrow rain here, but yeah. There we go. So let's go ahead and explore this area a little bit more just to uncover all the resources, and we'll do that command like so. So yeah, so far from playing this game, this demo is pretty polished. I'm quite surprised at the state of it. But yeah, it looks like it'll be releasing quite soon. I'll link the description. I'll link the description in the description, basically, just so you guys can check out the game yourself. So we'll go ahead and say collect all the resources here. And we'll keep on going along here. Alright, so yeah, now with 4 people, it should be much quicker now. Like so. Lovely. Oops, yeah, logging. So I believe some of the factions or some of the races will be better at doing certain tasks. Like, for example, the humans here. I believe, if we take a look at their skills, I'm sorry, their status, humans. So yeah, you can see that, yeah, doing certain things are faster while other things are not. And then for you guys, the lizard men, they're better at doing mining and tame, but not good at researching or cooking. So yeah, things to keep in mind for when we're back at the settlement, or just doing basic tasks out on the field here. Alright, let's go ahead and continue. We got some branching path here. Let's go see what we have. Alrighty. We have an enemy down here. Yep, we do. So let's go ahead and say, Quentin Leon, let's go have you back up here. Go to here. And yeah, throughout the expedition, they'll have little conversations and such, which will affect moodlets, which is kind of cool. So if we go to status, we can say their moods, yeah, chatted. And that will last for a certain amount of time as well. Alright. Let's go ahead and get Kragus and Lowell up to here. Like so. Oops. Uh-oh, buddy. Let's you back out to here. We'll have you say sword counter. We'll have Kragus here. We'll do a little bit of a battle stomp. And yeah, so they're going to be automatically doing that. I want you to be attacking him and do an arrow rain. I find that the AoEs are pretty good for just, you know, crowd controlling and just doing damage here, so. Liana, go ahead and keep attacking. And there we go. Not too bad. Lowell here is a little bit low on health on the head, so let's go ahead and just press Y, which is our quick key for the ointment. And that should heal him up right and well. Okay. Did you actually use it? Yeah, you did. Okay, sweet. Go ahead and move around just to get some more of our area revealed here. Lovely. And we'll go ahead and do a little bit of a collection command here, or a chop command. followed by a collection command. Oh, you can do an auto pickup. Oh, let's give that a try. I've never seen that before. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and do a collect all, and that should be fairly quick. And then we'll go ahead and start exploring a little bit more. Yeah, so these dungeons and expeditions are all procedurally generated. This is all new to me. For this expedition, based off of my previous expeditions I've done. So let's go ahead and again get you guys up front and personal here. Yeah, so we do have some enemies here, so go ahead and just line up. And we'll have Quentin and Liana. Liana here. Pause and have them move up and start attacking. Lowell here, go ahead and say use E, Kragus. Go to here and then we'll say Battle Stomp. Let's focus fire on this guy here. And Liana, go ahead and say Rapid Fire. And Quentin is going to be auto doing things, but let's do a sniping shot on you. And there we go. Oops, severely low head HP. Uh-oh. Let's get Kragus out, or Lowell out here, and have him heal up. Tactical retreat, we'll say. We'll go ahead and stun you. And Liana here, go ahead and say Arrow Rain. And Quentin, just focus firing here. There we go. So it is kind of advantageous to be, it's okay to run. At least with Lenny in so they can go ahead and recover. Kragus here is almost down as well. Go ahead and back off. And oops, I did not equip him with ointment here. There we go. So he's going to back off here. And we'll have him heal up. Oops. Select him and heal up. And then Lowell here will go and attack. We'll do a sweeping here. There we go. And now Kragus is going back in for the kill. And there we go. Okay. Lovely. So you can see here, you will be taking lots of damage if if you're not careful. We do have another path up here, so in fact we might have multiple paths up here. Yeah, okay. All right, we'll go ahead and just issue a command to get all this resources, which we will need for the settlement, because Liana fell down and went to sleep. In fact, we have multiple people needing to take a rest here, so. What we might do is I might put a pause here so that they can rest up, and then we'll continue back after that. So give me 1 sec, I'll be right back. Hello everyone, welcome back. So yeah, so basically I just passed a little bit of time and allowed them to regain their levels of energy here. Which you can actually, what you can do with him is set them to prioritize sleeping here to regain energy. But if they decide to go to sleep during combat, for example, then well, they're going to be prone to being attacked, and I believe they take extra damage, but I could be saying that wrong here. Let's do cap locks. Oops. Let's caps lock here, so we can take a look at this. Okay. Let's see. Let them sleep in bed. And severely exhausted, falling unconscious, and unresponsive. So yeah, if you delay basically taking care of their moodlets, they will be uncontrollable. So while they were sleeping, I did scout ahead with Quentin here and did find the portal here. But let's go ahead and do a little bit more dungeon crawling here and then see if we can get a little bit more resources. Go ahead and move forward. I did see that there was enemies here. So let's go ahead and get Lowell and Kragus up here into range, and they should start auto-attacking. Let's get Liana to here. And I'll have her, I'll have Liana do a arrow rain once we have a chance to do that. So arrow rain here. Then we'll have you, we'll have you do a little bit of a battle stomp and then attack. Then you'll do a sword counter and get to here. There we go. A little bit of an arrow raining, lovely. Oh, we got a little golem here. This guy's actually kind of tough, so let's see if we can get a stun charge on you. There you go, he's stunned. And they should be auto-attacking this guy. So yeah, this guy's a little tough. We'll battle stomp him. And Lowell here will do another sword counter. Alright, Lowell here, we need to back you up. We'll use your heal command here. And there we go. Lovely. So let him heal up, he's doing that. Alright, go ahead and get our resources here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put another pause in here just to, actually, you know what? No, it shouldn't. We'll just do this one area and then we'll go ahead and leave the expedition here. So let's issue the command here. like so. Yeah, they should be auto picking up as well, which is lovely. Okay. Yeah, so I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into the settlement, kind of just show around with building, and then from there, what we're gonna do is we'll basically cut there. So that's all picked up. Let's go ahead and head back, and yeah, this will be our first expedition run. Based on my previous experience of doing a little bit of a test run before recording this, I did run into some stronger level enemies, and they absolutely wiped the floor with me. Yeah, I ran into some slimes that just kept multiplying once you defeated the first guy, and I just could not heal through that. So, alright, let's go ahead and enter the portal here. And make sure, yep, everyone is here. We could go down to another floor or return to settlement. I would say let's just go to the return to settlement here. Yep, there we go. So that's our first expedition. So yeah, now, so they basically want us to do indoor, make a structure so that, because some things require to be indoors to be able to work, such as like certain workstations, etc. So let's go ahead and issue that command. So we can go to our housing here, say log wall. And let's go ahead and say, maybe like a 7 by 7, we'll say. Yeah, let's try, oh, actually, that might be a little too much here. Can we cancel that? How do we cancel is the question. Ooh, how do we cancel? Ah, no, remove floor. I actually don't know. Let me take a look at this real quick. Can we cancel an order? That's actually not stated. Oh, cancel mode, I'm assuming. There we go. That makes sense. Alright. Let's do like a 6 by 6 instead. Go back to our housing here. Let's say log wall. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do 6 by 6. Why not? A little bit close to our work area, but that's fine. Go ahead and go into cancel mode for you and say let's put a door here. And we'll do a log door here. Alright, so they'll go and start doing that. Like so. And then let's see here. While they're working on that, we can issue some other commands. Say we'll put a workstation, a research station. Unfortunately, we have to wait for it to be completed. It would be nice to be able to, for the developers, if they do watch this, it would be nice to basically like at least lay out the plans here, even though it won't do it, and basically have it so that, hey, I know I can't work on this now, but once the housing is built, will you guys just be able to just auto queue that build? So that would be nice. But this is, this is early demo of the game. So, all right. So yeah, other than that, we'll get through this tutorial part right here, and then basically we'll call it there. So yeah, let me put a pause here and try and progress time a little bit forward so you can get an idea of what can be made here. So I'll be right back. Hello everyone, welcome back here. I just wanted to basically go into progress a little bit of time here just to give you guys an idea of what to expect when it comes to the settlement building part. So right now, I went ahead and set up the housing for some of the workstations, as well as started queuing up an area for them to sleep in to help with their mood debuffs. So yeah, as you can see here, we have a research station now. So with this research station, you can kind of see here the extent of it, which is actually pretty good for an early, for the first game here. And yeah, so from what I see, I actually didn't queue up any of these early researchers. They kind of just start researching by themselves, which is kind of nice. But yeah, we also get a resource called tech books here, which we can use to unlock the next, basically any kind of branch that we want. So we can basically pick and choose how we want to progress our researching here. So with that in mind, I think what we'll do is we'll go with, let's go with better housing. I kind of like the idea of just like doing better housing. I think that will hopefully help with their moodlets here. So we'll go ahead and say wooden housing. Sure. And they'll auto queue that, but for right now they're just doing the basic storage, which is fine. So yeah. So this is the gist of it when it comes to just, this home area here for the settlements. There is some elements of, I believe you will get attacked at some point, but for now, I think because we're kind of in a closed area here, we're not going to have to worry about that. Or at least I have yet to experience this. But yeah, so yeah, this is Dungeon Settlers here. Yeah, so far I'm enjoying the game, and once it does get released, I am probably going to be picking this up in the future. But though, folks, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed this little demo, and yeah, hope you guys have a great day. Goodbye now.